So, Sonic and Shadow Generations, or Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, Sonic X Shadow Generations, whatever you want to call it, was announced recently, and I thought I would give my thoughts on that too, similar to what I did with the Knuckles show yesterday or last time. Basically, prior to this video is when I released that other video. So I thought I'd give my thoughts on this new game as well, since I may be a bit late to it, but it's still pretty recent in my opinion. So this will be discussing my thoughts on this game and seeing what exactly I'm hyped for, or what I'm hoping for in this new game, on the new remaster, I should say. What my favorite parts of it was shown in the trailer. Then I might go to the negatives of what I don't want in this game, and or I hope what the game doesn't turn out to be, or what I hope isn't taking out from the game. And then I'll go into my additional thoughts, address things like the rumor, how this game was leaked, all the potential things that could be announced in time with new trailers, and just exactly when the game might release, because it's pretty vague in the announcement trailer, and if this game could get any potential DLC similar to what Sonic Colors Ultimate got, even though that wasn't a ton of DLC, it was still something. So let's start from the top, and let's just say how much I love what they did with this, with the trailer. It starts out with a bunch of gameplay shown of the original generations, or I guess the footage of the new remaster. Could just be PC footage, honestly. Who knows how much of the game is finished at this point. As we've learned from Sonic Colors Ultimate, the game wasn't exactly. As we learned from Sonic Forces, the game wasn't exactly finished by the time we saw the announcement trailer. And so, for example, Sonic Forces Classic Sonic was pretty much a last-minute decision, as early script leaks for that game revealed that Classic Sonic wasn't even in the game originally, but they put him in the last second. Okay, that's a bit off topic. Anyway, back to Generation. So, for all we know, this could be PC footage we're seeing here, just being run at 4K on a pretty powerful machine. And then we cut to the original CGI intro, but with Sonic and with modern and classic Sonic jumping off this ledge cliff thing, but then suddenly Shadow appears, and this is my favorite part of the trailer, simply because I love how they went back to this 13-year-old trailer, they kept all the assets for it and everything, and then they just put Shadow in it at the last second. Who knows? Maybe they could have gone back and reanimated this whole scene, but I doubt that would have taken too much time. So I like to believe they just had the old assets for this old trailer just sitting around, and they just came back, edited the project file or whatever, and put Shadow in it for a couple minutes. No, a couple seconds. And then, okay, so after Shadow appears, we get the reveal of the new content in this remaster. It's currently unknown if this is going to be a separate mode, or if this is going to be integrated to Generations, or if this is going to be like a Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury thing, where it's just a separate mode on the title screen you select. For example, you get Sonic Generations, and then you get Shadow mode, I guess. Shadow mode. Then we get Shadow mode or something. And then that's just a separate mode on the title screen. It has nothing to do with the original Generations, which would be kind of sad, and I wouldn't say sad, but it would be kind of bare bones if that's all they did and didn't really do much to the original game. And speaking of the original game, all this stage footage we see here is just from Green Hill and Cityscape. These are the only two stages we've seen in this trailer. Don't know why they didn't show off any other stages. That's a bit weird in my opinion. Yeah, they just show off Green Hill Act 1 and 2, along with Cityscape Acts 1 and 2. Don't know if none of the other stages were finished by this point, which would be weird. It's an old game. As I said before, they could just use PC footage and disguise it as new footage. Considering this is a remaster, you don't have to do anything drastic. They don't have to redo the graphics engine like they did for Colors. And the thing is, this wasn't even an old Wii game like Colors was. This is a modern game that runs on modern hardware. So all they had to do is take the PC version and like spruce it up a little bit. Put it on PS4, PS5, and Switch, and everything, and all they have to do is that. Like, if they somehow screw that up, like, I won't be surprised. Like, it won't really affect my opinion of the game, considering that glitches, in my opinion, aren't really that bad. Like, Sonic Colors Ultimate, in my opinion, was a pretty good release. Like, despite the complaints of too much bloom or whatever, or that like certain things were broken, like the music. And that seizure glitch that people, I think, in my opinion, that glitch was overblown. It wasn't as big of a deal as people said it was. Like, sure, it could cause seizures in people, but like, what you had to do to set that glitch up was, like, you had to actively go out of your way to do something like that. And I just don't believe some random kid is just gonna do that for like 5 minutes straight just to get that glitch to occur. So in my opinion, that was overblown. But then again, we're off topic again. We need to go back to generations. So about more the shadow part here. So we have, from what it looks like, this might be like a new set of, okay, from what it looks like, it is a new set of stages. And from the description on the PlayStation Store, it says like this is a, it says this might be like a, this might be like a separate mode, like I said before, but the Bowser's Fury thing. But from what we got, it looks pretty good. I kind of can't wait to play this. Like, it seems like the plot for this might be that Shadow has to go back through his own memories, and we're going back to that plot line again from Sonic Adventure 2 to Sonic 06, or no, after Sonic Adventure 2, from Sonic Heroes to 06. It's a bit more accurate, I should say. Like, from the whole, Shadow might be like an android, Shadow has amnesia. Well, he may not have, I don't think he's gonna have amnesia in this, but like, when you go back to his past, Black Doom appears again, so that's gonna be fun. I hope they put Mephiles in here, like to really go back to Shadow's backstory. Like, they should put Mephiles the Dark in here from Sonic 06, the main villain of that game. Like, that would be cool to see. But we do see like Black Doom and the Bio Lizard, surprisingly. So we're gonna get another recreation of that boss fight, which ironically, in Sonic Generations for 3DS, we did get a Bio Lizard boss fight, but we fought that with Sonic, not Shadow, and it was like, I wouldn't say it was easier, but it was different. So maybe they might do that. So maybe they're doing that again with the remaster, but instead of it being the 3DS version, it's like a new version of the boss fight specifically made for this version of the game on these consoles. Yeah. Alright, so let's go back. Into like the negatives. So I don't want in this game is for the Shadow segment to be just super short. Like we get like a Bowser's Fury for that remaster. Like I'm comparing this to Bowser's Fury a lot because this seems to be a very similar situation to that game. So I hope this isn't super short. But like Bowser's Fury was like 5 hours long, give or take. Like depending on how long you take to beat it, you can beat it in like 5 hours. That's pretty lengthy for what was essentially an add-on, for what was essentially a DLC pack stapled onto the final game. Like honestly, you could have sold Bowser's Fury on its own for like $20 and nobody would bat an eye. Considering Nintendo, they probably would have tried to push it to like 30 or 60. But off topic yet again. So yeah, I hope this isn't super short, like 2 hours long, like Sonic Forces is. Like, I'm not usually a person who complains about game lengths, considering that it takes me quite a while to beat games. If I'm not just sitting down and playing them all in one sitting, it usually takes me like a couple months to beat a game on like I wouldn't say on average, but like from my experiences, it takes a couple months to beat a game. At most, sometimes, no, not at most, at least a couple months, and at most a couple years. Yeah, I'm not one to just sit down and play a game in one sitting. Like I want to play, like eventually I'm gonna want to play something else. So that's usually what delays me from beating games a lot of the times. Is I just get bored, or I get stuck in a hard part. Like for example, the new Sonic Frontier, well not new anymore, it's a couple months old, but the third Sonic Frontiers update, I still haven't beat that segment of the game because of the hard bosses. Like the Master Coco trial, that I'm still stuck at that because of like it's just unfair. Like that is just unfair. But yeah, as I was saying, like I don't want this to be. I want this to be decently long, like Bowser's Fury was. And I kind of want to know if there's going to be like an extra, like if there's going to be a ton of story here, because like there could be a ton of like new voiced content, or like new cutscenes. Let's hope they'll go the Team Sonic Racing route or Sonic Generation 3DS route, where it's just a bunch of character stills on a screen and you just go past it with the action button, or like the X, the cross, or the A button, or whatever it is on your console that you play on. I hope we don't get cutscenes like that, because that would be like, I wouldn't say lame, but that would be disappointing. I hope we don't get a ton of cutscenes like that. Also, for the Generations portions of the game, I hope this doesn't, I hope they don't take out a ton of content. Like, for example, I hope they keep the Casino Night DLC you get from the Sonic Generations collection. I don't like that name because it's just two things. Like, it's not even like a game collection. It's just one game and a DLC pack. I don't think that's enough to call it to warrant the name collection. But like, again, let's get back to what we're saying. I hope they keep the Casino Night DLC and keep the Sonic 1 game playable with the little Genesis add-on you could get in the Green Hill section of the hub world. Because for some reason, the PC version of the game, they took that out. I don't know why. Maybe it was like a piracy measure. I want to say, like, people could extract the ROM and put it in a Genesis emulator, but that wouldn't really be considered piracy, considering that you have to buy the game to get access to that specific ROM. So like, I don't know why they removed it from the PC version. If this is just a port from the PC version, it's probably gonna be lacking that little Sonic 1 ROM in there, which I hope they either add back or just don't. I hope they don't leave it like it is and just have it missing. And I hope they I hope they keep this. And if it is the PC version just upscaled again, I hope they add it and keep the pinball machine. Because fun fact, that's the only place you can hear the Casino Night Zone remixes for the console version of the game. The PC version, no, in the 3DS version, Casino Night is just straight up a new stage in that. It's just a straight up stage in that version of the game. So I hope they keep it for that reason as well. Oh yeah, I hope they don't remove any remixes from the game. Like if you notice in modern Sonic games where they tend to reuse Green Hill and Chemical Plant, which in my opinion isn't a big deal. I actually like seeing those stages come back, but that's an entirely different video waiting to happen. In fact, I have that planned, so stay tuned. So yeah, whenever they bring back Green Hill and Chemical Plant, we don't always hear new remixes of their songs all the time, and that's because Sega doesn't own that track. One of the original composers of Sonic 1 owns the track. Forget his name at the moment. I might put it up on screen during editing, but yeah, the original composer for the Sonic 1 music owns the track. So because he wasn't part of Sega, he was part of a separate band entirely. So whenever Sega wants to do a Green Hill or Chemical Plant remix, this also extends to the Sonic 2 soundtrack as a whole as well. So whenever they want to do remixes of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 music, they have to like pay him. And I'm assuming Sega just isn't willing to pay him money. So a lot of times when we've seen Chemical Plant and Green Hill come back again, we don't usually get remixes of those tracks specifically. We get new tracks entirely, like for Lost Valley and Sonic Forces, and then the like Lost Valley and Green Hill. which that stage's name is ridiculous. And that song is like really annoying at the beginning, but it kind of evens out at the throughout the song. And then we got all the cyberspace music for Sonic Frontiers, for Green Hill and Chemical Plant. Which that one I feel like wasn't really due to a money issue. I really think they just wanted to do just new music for each of the stages for that section of the game. So I don't think that was a money issue on that section there, on that point there. But yeah, I hope they don't remove any remixes. In fact, I really hope they add new remixes, honestly. Like, they don't have to add any brand new stages for this game. Like, this is just a remaster. I really don't think they're gonna add any new stages or like any new DLC. What I've seen people hope for, I don't think they're gonna do. Like, I think that's just too much for a simple remaster like this is. Like, I don't think we're gonna see any brand new stages aside from the Shadow stuff we're gonna get in the new game. So yeah. I hope they add a couple new remixes. Like, they don't have to be full-on stages, but just a couple remixes. Heck, not even remixes. Just add songs from later games. Like, you can add Studiopolis Zone from Sonic Mania. You can add Lost Valley from Sonic Forces, Ghost Town from Sonic Forces. Maybe a couple of the vocal tracks for the Avatar stages in Sonic Forces. You can add some of the Sonic Frontiers tracks. You can also add some of the Sonic Lost World tracks too. If you really like the song in that game, which honestly the songs in Sonic Lost World aren't that bad. Like, the music, like Sonic Lost World is a pretty good soundtrack. But yeah, they can add new remixes for the stages in this game, and that's pretty much my thoughts for the game itself. Now, here's some additional thoughts, like some things that aren't strictly related to this game. I know, right? Like, everything has been strictly related to this game up until this point. So one thing I really want to address is the rumors and leaks that were occurring within the weeks before this game's announcement. Like, we kept seeing, like, I didn't watch any of the videos explicitly, but I did see them pop up in my YouTube feed, where we got like a bunch of rumors for a Sonic Generations remake / remaster. Which I didn't believe them. Like, I don't believe gaming leaks anymore after the Nintendo Direct fiasco back in 2020. Yeah, after that I don't believe gaming leaks anymore. So I really hope these leaks weren't true, because that would have spoiled the surprise. Like, that's the thing about modern games these days. We can never be surprised anymore. Everything has to either be leaked or announced beforehand. Like, nothing can be a genuine surprise anymore. Like, even Nintendo stuff is leaked all the gosh darn time. Like, why does everything have to be leaked? Like, why can't something be a genuine surprise? Like, I really hope that's something that stops. Like, I'm really hoping Nintendo releases, like, a Switch 2 or doesn't release a Switch 2 just to shut these people up. I am so tired of hearing leaks and rumors and stuff. It's just weird, considering I don't even watch that type of content anymore. Like, I've unsubscribed to all the channels that do this stuff, and I've forced YouTube to stop recommending me that stuff. And yeah, I still keep getting recommended that stuff. I don't know why. It frustrates me. Oh yeah. Anyways, here's all the stuff that I think could possibly be announced in the coming months, because the game says it's gonna be. The initial trailer says it's going to be released in autumn 2024, so that realistically could be any point from late September to, actually, like, late December, since technically winter doesn't start till like December 23rd or something. Actually, no, December 21st. So realistically, it could be released from any point within that time span. I think it's going to be released in November, since Sonic games have a track record of releasing in November. Like, Sonic 06 released in November, Sonic Unleashed released in November, Colors released in November, and the original Generations was on November, Lost World was November, Forces was November, Frontiers was November, so Sonic games tend to release in November. So I have a feeling this game is going to release in November again. Now, there is the one outlier of Sonic Colors Ultimate. That game released in October. No, that game released in September. Like I think mid-September. So for all I know, they can do that again with this remake and release it in either October or September, which is a possibility. Anyways, the things I think the things that could be announced here are like we get more stuff on the shadow stuff. We get more information on all the new shadow stuff in the game, and potentially new content for the generation side. Like I said, we could get new remixes. I highly doubt we're gonna get brand new stages for the generation side. Like I think this is just gonna be a cheap remaster for like 40 to maybe 30 to 50 bucks. I doubt this is gonna be a full $60 because Sonic Colors Ultimate was not a full $60. That game was like, the game is 40 bucks. So I don't think they're gonna charge a full 60 bucks for a new remaster, even with brand new content. The highest I can see this game going for is $50 for a remaster plus new content, and that would mean about I want to say $30 for Generations on its own, and then an extra $20 for the shadow stuff, depending on how much stuff is in that section of the game. So what I think we could get in the coming months is new information on the shadow stuff. Maybe new remixes for the generation side, and maybe, just maybe, a new stage or two, and for the generation side as well. But that's honestly all I think that could be added to this game. Maybe we can get new DLC for the game later on, like they did with Frontiers and Mania and Origins. Like maybe we can get a Sonic X Shadow Generations Plus, which is a mouthful, but that could happen. They've done it twice before, but that was really the classic Sonic stuff. They haven't done something like this with modern Sonic stuff. Like for example, Sonic Colors Ultimate was just Sonic Colors. We didn't get Sonic Colors Ultimate Plus Edition, I guess, in 2022. We just got Sonic Colors Ultimate in 2021, and that was it. I mean, we did get a couple DLC packs, but for the most part, we only got that game. We didn't get any new deal. We didn't get any brand new DLC. Like for example, like an Encore mode. We didn't get that with this. We didn't get that with Colors Ultimate, so I don't expect that with Generations either. But who knows? Maybe they could do something like that. But what I do see them doing potentially again is is the free content update thing they did for Frontiers, where they add new stuff into the game, like the jukebox, like that could be where the new remixes come in, where they do this thing with Frontier, like they do the thing with Frontiers again, where they add new music for like the first part, and then they and then for like the second part we get like new challenges and stuff, which could work because Generations had these little side challenges that you had to do in between unlocking stages. And you didn't have to do all of them, you just had to do 3 per era. Like for example, in the classic era, I think you had to complete three challenge acts per not per area, but like 3 challenge acts as a whole, and then you unlock a key, which will allow you to go to the boss gate and like unlock the key there, and that will allow you to progress. So maybe they can add new challenges or like remix challenges, yeah, that's what they can do for like a second content update later down the line. The third content update, if they do go this route, I honestly don't know what they could possibly do for a third content update. Like the shadow stuff on its own seems like something they would do for a third content update. But maybe they can do like another remix final boss like they did for Frontiers. But I'm pretty sure the only reason they did that for Frontiers is because people were disappointed with the initial final boss that came with the game. Like if people hadn't complained that much about it, we probably would not have gotten that. So, but then again, people did complain a lot about the final boss in Generation, saying how it's like one of the worst final bosses in Sonic history, which is just a bit hyperbolic in my opinion. Like it's not bad. Like all you have to do is hold forward and the boost button, and you'll win eventually. It's not that hard. Now, getting the trophy / achievement assigned to that boss, however, where you have to do it without taking damage, is another story. But we're not talking about that right now. So, yeah. So yeah, they could do another remixed final boss. Another thing they could possibly do is let's see. Another thing they could possibly do would be to add a new stage. Like, I know I've been saying that a lot in this video, but I don't believe they're going to add a new stage, but I do think there's a potential chance they could. Like, just because I don't see it happening does not mean it won't happen. So yeah, we could get a brand new stage. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this new remaster, and I hope it turns out great. I honestly do. I honestly do hope. Okay, I hope it turns out great. I honestly do. Mostly, like, honestly, I'm gonna get the game anyway. Cause I wanted to play this game. I want to see what they do with the new remaster. I don't really care what people say about it. Like, I still got Colors Ultimate despite what people were saying about that game. Cause I just wanted to see cause I wanted to experience the new features for myself. And not just watching people play it. And like, if you're really that unsatisfied with the game, then don't buy it. Don't waste your time complaining about it online. Don't buy the game. Like, it's that simple. I understand you have the right to do it, but just because you have the right to do something does not mean you should. Like, Jesus Christ, people, if you don't like something, don't buy it. Don't give the corporation money. And that just makes them think they can do this stuff again because it's profitable. So yeah, if you don't like the game, if it comes out, don't give it money. Don't give Sega money. Don't complain about it online if you really think the remasters are that bad. Just stick to the PC version if you already bought it. And just continue to mod that game, because that's what people have been doing for the past 12 years. People have just been 13 years actually. People have just been modding the original Sonic Generations for so long that we've basically converted it into Sonic Unleashed on PC, minus the Werehog stages. Like if you get the right mods, you can basically turn Sonic Generations into the daytime Sonic Unleashed gameplay, down to the smallest detail, like the animations for Sonic, the voice clips. There's a work in progress mod that isn't out yet that restores the QuickTime events, because Generations was just built off of Unleashed on HD consoles. So yeah, they've been able to implement the QuickTime events. It's not finished yet. We don't know when it's gonna come out, but yeah, if the remaster just turns out to be bad, just don't buy it. Mod the original Generations, and that's it for this video. See you later.